Does this seem...
Superman, fans of Spider-Man, even fans of the X-Men are getting an overdose at the Rosemont Convention Center. Wizard World, formerly known as Chicago Comic-Con, is underway this weekend, and CLTV's Dwight Casimir is hanging out with all the superheroes this afternoon at the convention. Hi, Dwight.
Absolutely. You just missed it. I was in my Superman costume.
Oh, no.
But, you know, this really isn't kid stuff because there are thousands of people here, and some of the creators of the X-Men and many of the other comic strip characters that we've all come to know and love are here. And comic books, in fact, are represented in all of their many forms. Now, many of the artists are here. They're signing their latest comic books. They're even giving demonstrations of how they sketch some of the best-known cartoon characters. And also, many of the actors are on hand who have appeared in many of the films and TV shows, like the film Star Wars, the actor who played R2-D2, the character Greedo, and also Darth Vader himself is here as well. And they talked about how the film and conventions like this have changed their lives.
I had a professional act. I used to call myself Britain's Strongest Man, and I used to tour around giving exhibitions of strength. And then at the same time as I was doing that, I also had a day job, which was I was a sales rep. And one of the places I used to call on was a stunt agency.
A company called Icons, Authentic Replicas, got in touch with them, and they said, is Maria De Aragon available for interviews and, you know, signings, and we'd like her to travel for us. So they asked me, and of course I said sure, not thinking that it would turn into such a, you know, big thing. Gave up my job 6 months ago.
Now, would you believe it? It's been 23 years since the first Star Wars movie came out, and they're doing some prequels now. You're going to start seeing a lot more of that, and the actors have been traveling all over the world doing signings like the ones they've been doing today. A little bit of history being celebrated here. The comic book, as we know it, is over a half-century old. The X-Men are 35 years old, and as I mentioned, Star Wars 23 years old. So there's quite a bit of history being lived, and also a lot of the technology that was ushered in. Many of these ideas came about before the technology even existed, and it's now been just a race as to who's catching up with whom. Reporting from Rosemont, Dwight Casimir, CLTV News. Back to you.
And Dwight, we're all pretty curious about that Superman costume there. We'd like you to put it back on and wear it back for us.
It'll cost you.
It'll cost me. All right. Thanks, Dwight.